Good morning and welcome back to Brunch with Angel. This week we'll be making scones. We'll be making two different types, a cheese version and a chocolate chip version. We're going to start with 1.5 cups of flour. Then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to mix that all together, just a nice whisk, so all of our dry ingredients are incorporated together. We're going to go ahead and add our chopped chilled butter in now, and we're going to use a pastry cutter or our hands to bring that butter into pea-sized pieces inside of the dough. Now we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of chocolate chip cookies. I'm using bittersweet. We're going to go ahead and mix those chocolate chip cookies in. Now we're going to create a nice little well inside of our dry ingredients. We can go ahead and add our wet ingredients, our 1/2 of an egg, and our 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. We're going to go to mix that very delicately with a fork because we don't want it to be overworked. If the dough is overworked, it becomes very tough, and we want a nice tender and soft dough. Once the doughs begin to start coming together, we're going to go start kneading it into a nice soft ball. We're going to knead it in the bowl until everything's come together into a ball. And then we're going to go ahead and take it off and pour it onto a powdered cutting board so we can shape it and then cut it. We're going to go ahead and cut this dough in half and then cut each half into thirds so we can go ahead and have the perfect size biscuit scones, and those will be put in trays. Make sure when traying the scones, we're going to put them about 2 inches apart or 1.5 inches just so they don't, burn too much and they're not too close or crowding the oven. We're going to go ahead and put this into an oven that's at 375 for about 30 minutes, but first we're going to go ahead and brush them with heavy cream. And then once we brush them with heavy cream, we're going to sprinkle them with some turbinado sugar, which is just like a bigger crystal sugar. Alright, now this is how our scone looks right after we pull it out of the oven. You can see I've already taken a bite because it was so good. Hope to see you guys next week.